Hi, this is David over at Denver Web, denverweb.us. In this particular video, I wanted to talk about something that I notice very, very often in talking with uh, small business owners, new business owners, um, and even people heading agencies who would hire someone such as myself, a web developer, and they would outsource the work to me to fulfill for a client. And I thought it was kind of interesting. The other day I was contacted by someone operating an agency, a very, very nice person, um, who basically said, you know, here's what the client wants. The client is telling me they want the website must look like this, it must operate like this. It must have these elements. It has to be made this way. It has to be made according to these uh, notions, and it has to be done by this timeline. How much is this going to cost? Now, at face value, you may think, David, what's wrong with that? But looking at it from the more experienced perspective of an internet marketing professional who uses web design, you realize that web design, WordPress, SEO, e-commerce, content, the imagery, the design, the logo, if there is one, um, you know, all of these are elements of web design. Now, if you talk about internet marketing, then internet marketing is the process of trying to encourage the website visitor to visit the website and do something. We just call it a call to action. So we want the visitor to the website to view the portfolio, or to work with us and contact us, give us their information, or maybe look at my pricing packages. Whatever the call to action is, that's number one, is what you want to try to promote on your website. So that's a call to action. Now you can have more than one, as we do on this page, but that's a part of it. So my point is, the web design is part of internet marketing. How the website looks is part of internet marketing. Now the content, which means writing, the imagery, the logo, the images, the portfolio, all of these things are part of the design. So for the client, who may be a wonderful person and a very nice, good business professional, to tell the web developer, I want it to look like this. I want it to be made this way. To have these pages, how much is it going to cost? That person is basically seeing web design and the process of internet marketing is itself, which encompasses SEO, the design, making it responsive so that it works on all mobile devices, the SEO, the social media connections, changes, updates, security issues, all of that is seen as one thing, what they call a one-off. It's all seen as one thing, a single product that he's buying off of a shelf, and he's telling you, I want it to be like this, it has to look like this, it has to function like this, it needs to be made this way, and I want you to give me a price so I can compare it and go shop around. What's wrong with that approach? Well, what's wrong with that approach is that it takes what is a process meant to help the business owner, it takes that process and turns it into a single one-shot commodity. And whatever price you may quote as a developer, it's only natural for the customer or client at that point to go shop around and look for a lower price, right? So it takes the whole process of internet marketing and turns it into a single commodity where someone who is not a professional in that field is giving you direction. And it would be like me going to my mechanic and saying, here's my car. I already know what's wrong with it, and I want you to fix it. And I want you to fix it this way. And I want you to use these tools, these types of materials. Now, how much are you going to charge me? Because if I don't like the price, I'm going to take it somewhere else and tell them how to do it and shop around until I can find it for cheaper. Or let's say, for example, I would go to my dentist and just say, I know I need a root canal, and I want you to only use these types of screws, and I only want you to use this type of material for the teeth, and I only want you to use this type of material for the filler, and it really shouldn't take more than this amount of time. What's it going to cost? And then after that, I'm going to call several other places and try to find it if I can get it done for less. What's wrong with that approach? Well, it basically takes what is a step in a process and also turns it into commodity again, but it also totally negates any concept of value or trust or developing a partnership with that service professional. So that dentist, he's seen my teeth so many times. He knows all the little nooks and crannies. He knows me. He knows my personality. When I go there, we talk, and he puts his hand on my shoulder. We get along well. He knows my disposition. We just click. I trust him. I know that he does good work. I don't have to go to anyone else because I know that he's going to do good work. He's trusted. And, maybe it costs me a little bit extra, but not that much more than anyone else. So why would I go try to save, $100 when I could just, and take all kinds of risks when I could stay where I'm at and get the best care possible? Same thing with the mechanic. I know I can trust this person. We've talked. We've developed a personal partnership, or a business partnership rather. So I know I can trust him. I know he does good work. Could I save more money if I went to Bob's bargain basement mechanic shop down the street? Sure, but it might not run as well. Might break down on the interstate. He's also not going to tell me things that might need to be done down the road because he's going to know I'm going to be pinching pennies. So it's kind of putting the cart before the horse. It's valuing price over quality. It's valuing short-term, fast food delivery over long-term usability. We don't do that at Denver Web. We value the partnership with individuals, small business owners, or medium business owners. We want to see them individually succeed, or we're just not going to be a good fit. We want to see you get more customers. We want to know that your phone is ringing. We want to know how many emails you're getting and that you're profiting and getting return on investment as a result of working with us. Great example, we recently created a site for a local antique dealer, Heirlooms Antique Mall Aurora.com. Now, okay, so he paid us to create this very modern, responsive website that works on all cell phones, all mobile devices, looks the same experience, no problem. Now, whatever he paid us, if he gets 5 customers, let's say, who decide to rent space in his antique store, if he gets 5 people renting space in that store, if he gets 5 customers who come in and like the place and want to come back again, he's made back whatever it is that he spent on us. So, and then keeping us on a monthly retainer allows for security checks, for upgrades. If he wants to change a font or change a color, make a correction, add an item, correct something, we can do that. It's not a problem. But we've also got backups and site security. We could come in, we could train someone on staff on how to manage and update the site if they want to do that. But more importantly, we can add value. We could come in and we could put materials online on e-commerce. So now it's available on Amazon and eBay, as well as the site itself. So you're making more money. Yes, you're spending a little bit more, but you're also making back much more than that. which is the whole concept behind return on investment. That's the whole point of spending money so you can make more money. It's the whole concept of value. You go out for dinner somewhere and there's holes in the wall and it's beat up and run down looking and trashy looking. The food might be good, but you're not going to want to go back if someplace nicer opens up nearby. So if they spend some money on some paint and some pictures, then you're going to want to go more. Now, yeah, they had to spend money to do this, and that might be painful, but they're making back more long term. So the whole problem with that, the process of seeing web design as a single commodity, basically takes internet marketing and the process of internet marketing and basically refines it all and just says, it's just like I'm going to the grocery store and I'm buying apples. How much is one apple? There's no process. There's no growth. There's no possibility for growth. I'm not interested in growing. And that's what the client is basically saying. I'm not interested in growth. I just want this one-time, one-shot deal. So it negates all of that. And what's sad about that type of situation is that the customer ends up being the loser because you're shortchanging yourself. That person might end up with a website that looks a certain way. But 9 times out of 10, the vast majority of websites on the internet today, and I can take Denver, Colorado, because I know Denver, Colorado. I love Denver, Colorado. I know the Denver, Colorado market. And let's take, for example, one of the longest streets in Denver is called Colfax. Now, if I drive down Colfax Avenue, without exception, something like 99% of all the businesses, all the restaurants, whatever they may be, pawn shop, antique shop, bicycle, repair shop, coffee shop, whatever, 99.9% of them, they don't have any website at all. And if they do have a website, most of them will have no SEO. What is SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it affects how Google picks up your site and ranks it, or in most cases does not. So 99.9% of these businesses, they don't have websites at all. They're not interested. And if you were to talk to them, maybe they'd talk to you, maybe they wouldn't. But most aren't that interested if you ask them. And it's unfortunate. And those that, and most that do have websites will go to a free template generator builder type of service and try to get something for free. And then they get something that looks like a brochure or a PowerPoint presentation, and they may be happy with that and feel like they solved the problem. And again, it's the whole commoditizing concept. I solved the problem. I've got an online business card or an online brochure. The problem is solved. Now it'll be picked up by Google or Yahoo, and I'll get a lot of new customers. The phone will ring and more people come in. 6 months later goes by, nothing happens. Maybe they even notice fewer people are coming in. And they could become, I've talked to people who were embittered by that. I think it's all a ruse, it's a sham. They're angry, they're bitter over it because they tried to do it themselves. They tried hiring someone overseas to do it for $10, on and on. And they're devaluing their business. They're devaluing what is part of a process and embracing that process. You don't need to be a millionaire. You don't need to be a celebrity. You just need to take it seriously and just say, it's just like if I were to put an ad in the Denver Post or put an ad in Westward for 5 or 6 months. It's the same type of mental procedure, mental process. What do you want? Well, you have to write the content. So who's going to write the content for the ad? I don't know. And so you have to do, it's very, very similar. What are you selling? Who's going to write the content? What's your call to action? It's a process. It's going to take several months, and then you'll start seeing a tick up in business. The longer you keep it going, the more returns you see. And that's basically how it goes. But it's the customers that see it as a one-shot deal, like buying a tomato or something, that end up resentful, resented, the feeling resentful rather, wasting money, and in some cases thousands and thousands of dollars trying to do things over and over and over again, trying to do it themselves, family members, people they meet at bars. I've talked to people who do that, just on and on. And you just have to take it seriously and really value your business and say, I really do want to get more customers. I really do want more phone calls. That matters to me. And if I have to pay, $2,000 or $3,000 so that my phone will be ringing and I'm going to get more people coming in, and I have a professional online presence that really speaks well for me and represents me well, that I can tell colleagues about, that is going to impress people and get great reviews and make me more business and maybe help me cut overhead too, so I don't have to have someone answering the phone all the time, giving directions or answering questions. So I can sell online as well as in my store and double my potential revenue here. It's about the expansion mindset. And I just wanted to make a brief video just to talk about the expansion mindset, the growth mindset, what they talk about in The Secret so much, as opposed to how cheap can I get it? It's a one-shot deal. I'm buying one single item, and it can be shopped around. I can tell people how I want it made, what it's going to look like, and all that. It's shooting yourself in the foot. You want to find a developer, just like us at Denver Web, who are experienced. We've done it before. We work with many, many different types of businesses. We know what types of colors are consistent, what types of colors evoke what emotions. We know all about the market research, all about the data, and we know how to save you money, reduce overhead, introduce your brand, introduce you to new markets, help you get found in Google searches and Yahoo and Bing, come up with all kinds of long-term strategies to get people coming in that even go beyond the website and that can integrate with the website, things that you've never thought of before. And we can help you with that. But you've got to be open to it. And so that's the end of my speech for tonight. But I really, really do very sincerely appreciate anybody watching this and listening to it. Please visit us at denverweb.us. Check it out and let us know what you think. And if we can help you grow your business, we want to ignite it and take it as far as it can go for you. So thank you very much and have a good night.